It's always nice to start a show off by saying thank you for joining us this Friday. That's just a little bit sweeter, isn't it? We're glad as always to have you with us, though, and we've got a lot of news to leave you with before we leave you for the weekend. It's still looking wet, certainly for the first half. We've seen some showers today, some pretty good in intensity, breaking the action right now. They're going to wind back up this evening and then stick around, maybe some showers and thunderstorms possibly through, if you're watching the early show, this time tomorrow, but we'll see them start to wane. Sunday, I'm hopeful to see maybe even more sun than showers and storms, but we've got a chance thereof each and every day through at least this time next week. Sometimes it's a slight chance, sometimes a little better of a bet, but we'll talk about it all in your forecast in just a few moments. I've got some good news to pass along to you tonight. I've got an update on behalf of all that you did to help support the McGoffin County Rescue Squad in their media auction, and this is a report unlike any other that we've ever done, and I've done this report now 15, 16 times, and we'll talk about, in a similar report in nature, about how some grant money is going to see that we don't have at least one problem to have to deal with, maybe in such another disaster as a tornado or anything of that nature, after some grant money that's been in the works now for a long time, a couple of years, I guess, maybe even, finally came through, at least in part, a big part, mind you. And I'll get to a report that I ran out of time on last evening, and one that I'm not excited to bring you at all. I'll explain more in more detail in just a few moments. Right now, though, from elsewhere, the former mayor of Martin, Kentucky, has been convicted officially. It happened just earlier this afternoon of intentionally violating voters' civil rights during her re-election campaign in 2012. Yesterday evening, a federal jury, mind you, in Pikeville, convicted former Martin Mayor Ruth Thomasine Robinson, 69 years of age, of conspiracy to violate civil rights and one count of vote buying. The jury also convicted her husband, James Red Robinson, who's 64, of the conspiracy count and one count of vote buying. Her stepson, James Stephen Robinson, 32 years of age, was found guilty of the conspiracy count and 2 of 3 vote-buying counts, and another co-defendant, 32-year-old Johnny T. Moore, was acquitted on all charges. The jury returned all the verdicts after approximately 2 hours of deliberation following a trial that lasted 3 days. According to evidence introduced at trial, Thomasine Robinson and her co-conspirators intimidated poor and disabled citizens in order to gain their votes during the 2012 general election in Martin while she was running for re-election to that office. They say, for instance, members of the conspiracy directed residents of public housing to vote by absentee ballot under the supervision of Thomasine Robinson or another member of the conspiracy. The members of that conspiracy also targeted residents of private housing owned and leased by Robinson. Trial testimony established that the members of the conspiracy filled out absentee ballots, making the conspirators choice of candidates, and then had the voters sign and fill out the pre-marked ballots. Voters who cooperated with this arrangement and voted for Thomasine Robinson received promises of better living arrangements and other considerations. Voters who did not comply with their demands faced consequences such as eviction and the loss of priority for public housing. In addition, evidence at the trial, according to the Department, or the Office of Public Affairs from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Kentucky, established that defendants offered to pay several voters to vote for Thomasine Robinson. Kerry Harvey, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Kentucky, the FBI, and a great deal of other agencies all jointly announced the conviction. This is the second conviction, mind you, for Robinson. In December, she was convicted of conspiracy, federal program fraud, theft of Social Security disability benefits, and aggravated identity theft during an unrelated federal Social Security fraud trial, and was sentenced in July, will be sentenced this coming July in that case. And in that same case, there was a Ginger Howard who pleaded guilty to conspiracy, federal program fraud, and aggravated identity theft. She was a volunteer city employee. Well, we've got some good news tonight on a couple of different fronts. The first, though, will help us keep the lights on, at least in a couple of areas. Specifically, though, it's going to keep the water flowing. There have been numerous times that we have had power outages, weather-related mostly, but some other situations or problems with possibly the electric supply itself, but no more evident than the March 2nd tornado of 2012 when the Sagersville Waterworks had no power supply for about 3 days, meaning that the McGoffin County water residents also had no water supply either. What was in the tank was in the tank until they could get some power, a backup source, which now, after a grant has come through and after the equipment is installed in maybe 90 days or so, will no longer be an issue in such circumstances. McGoffin County Emergency Management Director Mike Wilson and Carter Conley, of course, Rescue Squad Captain in McGoffin County, tell us about the grant which they received acknowledgement on today. Soon after the tornado, the county applied for a total of 5 generators to be placed throughout the county through a series of grants. FEMA cut that number down to 2, still worth well more than $100,000. They hope to be installed at 2 pivotal locations in the next 90 days, the McGoffin County Rescue Squad building and the Sagersville Waterworks.
As the tornado hit in March, it wiped out all electrical in Sagersville and surrounding that coming into the county. So their main concern, what water was on hand, and you're feeding out in the county to the county water system. They needed that, and it was about 72 hours before they finally located one. So we had to Floyd County Rescue brought their mobile generator and power plant over to us during the tornado. So if we get this, then we won't need to have a generator that we have to keep for other emergencies. This will be a generator that will automatically kick on and provide us power in the rescue squad building, and so we can have our other generators for other emergencies that might arise.
The grant be administered through FEMA, a federal grant. It'll run through Kentucky Emergency Management, and they'll participate at a 75% level federal, and I think it's 13% state. County will take up to 12% for a total of $122,000. It is an enduring application process. We've been waiting 2 years, and every month we'd make a phone call to Atlanta and try to pressure them to find out where it was at in the process. And they finally come through with a letter verifying that we were getting the funding.
With this, we would work with any scenario that real life might throw at us, and so this would help us to capability of working with that incident as it come about.
Still to come, what turned out to be a record-setting year for the McGoffin County Rescue Squad media auction with your help, and it couldn't have came at a better time. We'll talk about that after these messages. Brand new to the viewing area, but a family-owned power sports business since 1964. M&M Power Sports on New 460 in Staffordsville is loaded with Kawasaki and Polaris ATVs and side-by-sides and savings, rebates, and financing to put you in control of your next adventure with parts, accessories, a full test riding facility on site, and professional service for every make and model at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority. M&M Power Sports on New 460 in Staffordsville. You can be playing, relaxing, and enjoying your brand new lifestyle in just days with one call to Baker's Pool Supply. Over 38 years of professional installation at affordable prices on above ground and in-ground swimming pools. Or if you're ready to open your pool for the season, you need a new liner, a solar cover, some parts, or the bested BioGuard chemicals or salts, Baker's is your full-service answer, serving all of Kentucky and surrounding states with complete satisfaction, and they offer financing. 800-633-7102 or bakerspoolsupply.com.
Here we go.
That's country music's newest sensation, Kelsey K. And she's the featured entertainment at this year's Licking Valley RECC annual meeting.
I'm just a blue jean girl.
In addition to lots of great country music, there'll be plenty of food, door prizes, and wholesome family fun.
I'm a country man.
Everybody's welcome at the Licking Valley RECC annual meeting on Friday, May 16th. Registration begins at 5 p.m. at the Licking Valley RECC warehouse in Malone.
I'm Rodney Minnick, born and raised in McGoffin County. I wish to see my family and theirs one day grow old in a place I so love. But to live here and be safe, we need to put honor, experience, and confidence in the Sheriff's Department. A graduate of the Department of Criminal Justice Academy, I have 7 years of dedicated service to McGoffin and Johnson counties. And with your support, I would like to take that leadership straight to those responsible for selling drugs and stealing from our home. Please vote Rodney Minnick, Republican candidate for sheriff of McGoffin County. Thank you.
Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400.
Remember when they invented the peanut butter cup? Bringing peanut butter and chocolate together. Pure genius. Well, the Sonom Enduro has done the same thing for wireless. Right now at Appalachian Wireless, you'll find the tough, dependable Sonom Enduro. This flip phone is great for the job or weekend warrior, but you can also access the internet and take great pictures with a 2-megapixel camera. Get it now, the best of both worlds, just like the peanut butter cup. Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Now to the end of May, a big spring landscaping sale at Frito Rocks with 20% off all mulch, and River Rock is $5 off every ton. And always in stock galvanized and plastic pipe, masonry sand, and always the cheapest price on rock with all sizes from DGA to 57s to Class 2 and 3 on the ground, plus delivery, excavation, and dozer services with special hours of Monday through Friday, 4:30 till 9 p.m. and Saturdays 9 till 4. At Frito Rocks on Route 7, call now for orders 496-7776. The McGoffin County Rescue Squad Media Auction, the 35th annual event, is all but history. About a week in the books now. A lot of the books, though, are still being tabulated, and some donations are still trickling in. And I've got a story unlike any one that I've ever ran in regards to the auction coming up in just a few moments. I'm still putting that together. And I've got a couple of other things that I want to make sure we get in tonight as well. So for now, let me switch on over to tonight's calendar, all brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. We've still got a lost pet out there, a lost family member, if you will, and the owners are so hoping someone might have seen him. They live on 460, right near Bear Branch and Grape Creek in that area, and they're afraid that someone who sees their pet, well, they might think that he's out to harm them. He's big. He's 160 pounds, but he's still a puppy. Yeah, a puppy. He's pit bull and bull mastiff, but he is a puppy and just a big, huge pet. Loves to play, thinks every animal and every person is just a big toy and wants to go play with them. This is his picture, and they're hoping that you might have seen him. He is microchipped, and he also may have part of his chain still attached to his collar, and apparently chain not big enough. But 359-3697 is the number to call. If you've seen Zeus roaming about, please give them a call. Or if you see him after this show or sometime, give us a call. We'll, of course, try to reunite Zeus and his family as best as possible. Birthday wishes tonight a little ahead of time because Kathy Caldwell's birthday is Sunday on Mother's Day this year around. Happy birthday to you. And we'll throw in Mother's Day as well. Happy birthday, Kathy Caldwell, from a host of family and friends. Turning to other announcements this Friday, we've got one for tomorrow for all of our friends over at North McGoffin Fire Department. They're having a big community appreciation and open house tomorrow at 1. Big soup bean dinner with kraut and wedges and wieners and cornbread and hot dogs, just to show their appreciation to the community and to the county for the support of their fire department throughout the years. 349-7777 if you ever need to call the fire department. But they hope they'll be able to see you tomorrow for their community appreciation and open house. The Licking River Cruisers Car Club has got a cruise-in set for tomorrow at Sagersville City Hall. It's 4 o'clock and it's free. Great cars, a great location right downtown in Sagersville. Free registration and dash plaques and prizes, weather permitting. They'll be there at 4 o'clock tomorrow. They hope you will cruise on in to join them for their next cruise in. They have a series of these once a month throughout the spring and summer seasons, and that's the next one. I told you about this briefly last night, and I'll be reminding you, and I'll be covering this event. I'm really excited about this, but it's a reception to honor some McGoffin County High School students. The Renaissance Art Club is hosting it at the Renaissance Building this Thursday, 5 till 7. These students were asked to make some artist renderings in regards to storm recovery after the March 2nd tornado, and I'm told that they are phenomenal. They're also going to be displayed on the National Weather Service website and in some other prominent places, but we get a preview at this reception next Thursday, and I hope you'll join us for that. I hope you'll join our calendar. It's as simple as getting announcements like these, and that means birthdays and anniversaries and announcements for your club or organization to us for free. For free, I tell you. We'll put them on and let everyone know what you've got planned. And it's as simple as getting it to us by mailing it, P.O. 1443 in Sagersville. Phone 349-3699. My fax is 3221. Your news today at yahoo.com. And Ritter Mortimer is on Facebook like everyone else and their pet. For now, we do have further announcements, though, before we leave you for the weekend. and they are in lieu of tonight's funeral services brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. I received notice earlier today of the passing of 70-year-old Louise Adams of Sagersville, who passed away on yesterday's date at the King's Daughters Medical Center in Ashland. Arrangements, I'm told, are incomplete at this time, but to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. If you wish to see announcements made over the weekend, you can simply log on to McGoffinCountyFuneralHome.com to find out more about services to be arranged, once again in honor of 70-year-old Louise Adams of Sagersville.
Election day is rapidly approaching, and I want to ask the Democrats in District 3 to vote for me, Matthew Chalmer Weimer for Magistrate, because District 3 deserves a leader on the fiscal court. District 3 deserves the facilities and services others in our county already enjoy, and because the children of McGoffin County deserve the opportunity to prosper right here at home. I want to be your magistrate, not for me, but for you, for our kids, for our community, for our future. A vote for Matthew Chalmer Weimer is a vote you can be proud of. Thank you.
Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Hi, I'm Jeff Lovely. I'm asking for your vote and support to elect me, your McGoffin County Attorney. I'm the son of Johnny and Phyllis Lovely, the grandson of Haskell and Francis Sire of Gun Creek, and Warren and Dorothy Lovely of Johnson Fork. I was born and raised in McGoffin County, and now my wife and I are raising our 3 kids here. As your McGoffin County Attorney, I will work to make McGoffin County a safer place. Hopefully a place where our kids and grandkids will want to live and raise their family. So remember, when you vote, no more free passes for the thieves and the thugs. 8 years is enough. Elect me, Jeff Lovely, your McGoffin County Attorney. It's time for a change.
Just in at Premier Auto in Paintsville, a 2011 Kia Sorento EX all-wheel drive, absolutely loaded, an 04 Toyota Highlander limited V6 all-wheel drive with leather and tow package, a 2013 Tahoe Black Beautiful and Bound to Please, and an 07 F-150 XLT extended cab with warranty at Premier Auto in Paintsville. Just as warm and as inviting as the colors of spring are the smiles of those who offer long-term nursing care needs and short-term rehabilitation, all with a standard of excellence and a tradition of caring. At your home away from home, Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. Vote and support Robert Lee Patrick, Republican candidate for McGoffin County Magistrate in District 3. Now self-employed, once a coal miner who lost his job to the economy, he's still a strong supporter of the coal industry and understands more than ever the needs of the families in District 3 and McGoffin County. Vote Robert Lee Patrick, Magistrate, District 3. Overwhelmed was a good word. It was used by Carter Conley to describe his emotions and feelings in regards to the 35th Annual McGoffin County Rescue Squad Media Auction, which is still an ongoing event if you take into account that they are still counting donations, a few of which are still coming in, but the ones that have already set a record.
I'm overwhelmed, really overwhelmed. We have just collected a little over $27,000. Never in the 35 years that we've had the auction, it's been going up a little bit by little bit, but this year was overwhelming. I had no idea that we could collect this much, and we still have some to collect. Now, they might think, God, that's a lot of money. Yes, it is, compared to about 20,000, 21,000 we've been the last few years. Downside of that is, we just got our Visa bill, which is 90% fuel, $2,000, $2,200. That's just last month. Month before that was $1,000. So The downside is, yes, we got bills to pay, and fuel is the highest one. We've already used our county allotment back in February, and that won't come about again until after July the 1st. These vehicles right now, 3 of them will have to need repair work, and we've just been putting it off. One of them, they got a severe oil leak, just Rescue 2. Rescue 1's got an oil leak, the diesel. And, diesels are a lot harder to work on. And Rescue 3, the Tahoe, has some needs to be worked. It's a 99. A lot of things are wearing out. So money comes in and it goes out just about as fast. We have to watch how we spend it, make sure it stretched out, I'll say, over a period of time. So thanks everyone for their bidding, donation, the businesses that donated to us. We couldn't possibly done it without that corporation and you people out there that are calling in and bidding in. And we still have some other people that say, well, we're still going to make a few donations. $27,000 is a lot of money. But like I said, we've got expenses to pay, and we can still use that extra dollar. Maybe it's now time you've got that extra dollar or so, whatever, and you think, well, I won't have it again. That's fine. Bring it by. We'll put it up, and we'll try to keep it for a rainy day. And those rainy days are coming a little bit more often now than usual.
And right there is one of the problems. Fuel costs. You want to know another problem related to fuel? Well, I'll show you those numbers when we come back. Stay tuned. Just in at the seasonal shop in Sagersville, Main Street Collectibles in McGoffin County colors, including cups and jewelry and bows and maroon and white chevron bags that you can have monogrammed, and Bible and journal covers and bags and casserole dish carriers that all can be monogrammed too. They've got flags to proudly display your colors for derby time, and monogrammed beach towels and cute cover-ups for the pool or vacation time. All at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville, next to the drugstore and the Radio Shack. With over 16 years of law enforcement experience as your jailer, city police officer, deputy, and sheriff, Randall Bob Jordan has devoted a large part of his career and life to tirelessly serving and protecting the families of McGoffin County. Recognized for over 200 drug arrests in his first year as sheriff, by 2009 he averaged over 500 arrests with more than 1,100 criminal charges. Honored to receive the Governor's Award for DUI arrests for 7 years, and as your 2006 Kentucky Sheriff of the Year, Bob Jordan again pledges the same dedication to all of McGoffin County. To put in long hours and be on call every hour of every day and do whatever it takes to work hard for a safer McGoffin County.
With your support, I will once again be a working sheriff you can depend on. Thank you.
Have you ever noticed how many insurance commercials and advertisements are on television nowadays? You can't watch your favorite program without seeing a little pig or green lizard trying to sell you insurance and get your money for their premiums. But let me ask you this. If you have been in a serious wreck, do you really think that you are in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland. Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
Hello, I'm Josie Warman Bailey, Republican candidate for McGoffin County Clerk. I had the pleasure of serving the citizens of McGoffin County for many years as office manager and financial officer in the sheriff's office under 3 separate administrations, and as deputy clerk in the clerk's office. And I would be honored to serve the citizens of McGoffin County again. With an associate's degree in business administration and my 20-plus years of experience, I have the qualifications to run your county clerk's office. So when you go to the polls on May 20th, vote for the candidate with experience, honesty, and integrity. Vote for Josie Warman Bailey. Thank you.
From time and money saving services like their overdraft protection, telephone and online banking services, to finding the right home, college, or car loan, to personalized checking and savings accounts designed around your exact needs, Sagersville National Bank is still your best choice and the same locally owned and operated bank that's been looking out for your family's financial health since 1902. Sagersville National, restoring the piggy bank population one savings at a time. Here's a little food for thought for you this evening. As U.S. gasoline production increases in anticipation of the summer driving season, the American Automobile Association says it's expecting prices at the pump to drop by Memorial Day, which is the 26th day of this month. But there's no sign of that here at home, at least for the time being. In fact, all signs, literally all signs, say we're still being taken advantage of by distributors, not local retailers, mind you. But somewhere there's a problem, Houston.
And it's not just centered around the fact that we pay more for gas in McGoffin County than just about anywhere else. Now, county-to-county rates, which used to differ a little more so, have kind of leveled out. And they've even leveled out to some degree at times a little farther out in the region. But when you compare us to Central Kentucky, there's still that discrepancy. Sometimes they'll be close as far as regular gasoline prices. But there's another aspect, another trend that we have noticed over the past several months. And you diesel drivers, well, you probably know more than I. Case in point, Salyersville gas prices today, $3.84 and 9/10 a gallon. Diesel, $4.23 and 9/10. 37 cents per gallon more to fill up for a gallon of diesel. And it's always 30 to 40 cents more for diesel. And this was Lexington earlier today, $3.68 a gallon. But the big deal, in my opinion, or another big deal, only 7 cents difference. And that's what the trend has been now for quite some time. Diesel's not 30 to 40 cents more a gallon elsewhere. 7 cents a gallon difference. And that is a significant difference. You fill up a large truck or SUV, 30-gallon tank, it starts to add up.
Green was also quoted as saying that it seems as though drivers just couldn't catch a break with gas prices rising nearly every day since February. And last week's high of $3.70 a gallon was the most expensive in more than 13 months, and nearly 9% of the filling stations across the nation were selling gas for more than $4 a gallon. Gas prices in April increased, in part, he says, because of seasonal refinery maintenance and pressure on crude oil prices from the closure of export terminals in Libya and the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. Near the end of April, the U.S. Energy Information Administration said that more U.S. refiners were selling gasoline overseas to take advantage of higher prices. The EIA also said that gasoline production declined for the week ending April 25th, and while motor gasoline inventories increased by 1.6 million barrels for that week, the administration said that that level was lower. Well, it was in the lower half of what is considered to be an average range. Now, the AAA's Green said that U.S. refineries should start to increase their production ahead of Memorial Day, once again the 26th day of May, the start of the summer driving season, the unofficial start, if you will, when demand rises. The increase in production for May should outpace consumer demand and maybe then push prices at the pump even lower than what they were today. I suspect I already know where our prices will be in relation to those elsewhere. I didn't have time for it yesterday. It was with a great deal of apologies that I just ran short, and I was kind of excited about that because, well, I thought that will give me a chance to go up to the high school and talk with a senior who is now a member of the UK dance team. But it was early this morning that I realized that she was already on a bus and well on her way to Washington, D.C. as part of her senior trip. So I'll go ahead with the report as was planned last night in an effort to congratulate Lexi Bowling, senior at McGoffin County High School.
Lexi Bowling is 17, the daughter of Lois Ann and Alan Bowling, and now a member of the UK Dance Cats. Yeah, this is the second high school graduate from McGoffin County to be on the UK dance team. Peyton Howard, of course, has been there now for a while, and Lexi is headed that way. She's danced since she was a second grader. Prestonsburg Elite, the McGoffin County High School. As far as the tryouts for UK, well, you don't just walk in. You have to be invited. You have to send in a video and attend their camp. And 87 girls were invited back to try out, and she made it through. Friday evening, they learned their song and their dance. Saturday, full makeup and dress for the interview, performed in the afternoon, and on Sunday morning. And they were all so good that they looked at all performances a second time. Lexi received the call the following night that she had been chosen as our latest member of the UK dance team. We wish to congratulate her. Maybe we'll have another chance to do so in the future, but for now, a job well done. A great deal to be proud of here, and we wish her and all of our seniors a safe and wonderful trip to and back from D.C. And as is most always the case, more news than time. A few highlights or lowlights, if you will, of your forecast. Well, a low of 61 tonight. We're going to see mostly cloudy skies and a big gap in the showers. We might get in several hours from now if you're watching the early show on another showers, maybe some thunderstorms late. No severe weather attached, but just another round. And get used to that pattern because that's the pattern we're going to be in. For example, tomorrow we'll see more showers and thunderstorms. Maybe a good run for the first half of the day. We'll see a high of around 74. We'll see temperatures fall to about 57 for the low. No big rainfall amounts for the general area. Some isolated thunderstorm areas. We'll see, of course, some higher amounts, but just a stormy day. I think it will start to wane and calm down by your Saturday evening, taking us into Sunday, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, moms. I think we're going to see 83, partly sunny, and even though we do have a 20% chance of showers and storms, there's still a greater chance that we'll spend most of the day dry. An umbrella might be a good thing to have as you're taking out and getting out to go dawn and those Mother's Day festivities. Monday will start off next week, same pattern all week long. 80s for the most part to start us off. A chance of showers and thunderstorms pretty much each and every day. For at one point or the other. It's going to be a pattern that we're going to be stuck in for the next several days and all the way through the forecast period, which takes us through this time next week. For now, that's my time. As always, thank you so much for being a part of it. Have a wonderful, safe weekend. And once again, happy Mother's Day, moms. And we'll see you back here Monday for more of your news today.